Nestled in a charming Dayton neighborhood of tree-lined streets, the Mary Scott Nursing Center is home to many of our older citizens who can no longer live on their own. The move to an extended care facility can be traumatic for some, but one look around the Mary Scott Nursing Center and it's evident the residents are family. Although little is known about Mary Scott, the founder of Mary Scott Nursing Center, her legacy is widely known and esteemed throughout the Miami Valley. In 1914, Mary Scott, a woman of modest means, took an indigent African-American widow who had no place to live and no one to care for her into her home.
We had only admiration for her willingness to take these couple people in and take care of them and see that they had what they needed in the way of care, food, and housing.
This gesture of kindness and compassion laid the foundation for the Mary Scott Nursing Center, where that same kindness and compassion first demonstrated by Mary Scott continues.
She had a mission that if there were any sick women in the community and they needed a place to stay, she would take them in and she would nourish them and care for them and love them and give them that respect and get them back on their feet so that they can be the best that they could be and return home. And if not, they could stay there and be comfortable too and not have to worry about things.
Word spread that Mary Scott could and would care for the aged and less fortunate widows of the community. By 1922, the Mary Scott Nursing Home had outgrown its humble home. Former U.S. Congresswoman Barbara Jordan once asked, "When do any of us do enough?" Mary Scott chose to do what she could. She reached out, took in guests, treated them with kindness, dignity, and compassion. From that act of charity has grown a legacy of huge proportions. Through the support of the community and area churches, the Mary Scott Nursing Home relocated to larger quarters on Garth Street and became a nonprofit organization primarily serving African American men and women with little or no resources. Friends and supporters included David Reich, the Dayton Foundation, service organizations, and churches. In 1983, the Mary Scott Nursing Center relocated to its present facility on Campus Drive in Dayton View. Mary Scott Nursing Center is a modern facility with old-fashioned values. Christian values were clearly a cornerstone of Mary Scott's life, and those values continue to serve as a compass to the Board of Trustees and administration.
I think she had a gift, and that gift was caring and love, and that it was beyond her own family, her own relations, immediate family, that it spilled over to the community. And she saw that there was a need, and she used that gift that was given to her to fulfill the needs of the community.
Mary Scott's rich history of treating residents and employees like family has been a fundamental principle of operations since the day Mary Scott opened her door to her first guest.
I want this to be the kind of a facility that when the resident goes to bed, they know who's circulating and they can be comfortable. When they get up in the morning, they know who's going to be there to serve them, and they feel good about it, that this is the next best place to home. It's all about love.
Mary Scott is a 116-bed facility that provides comprehensive nursing care. Quality care provided with honor, respect, and dignity in a Christian atmosphere is not only the founding philosophy of nearly a century ago, but also the primary goal for years to come. The Center's Board of Trustees has an ongoing, quiet campaign to raise funds, which will enable the Center to add new lounge areas for the residents. Currently, the Center offers a cyber corner, where residents can log on the web. A private dining area allows residents to celebrate special occasions with family and friends. The majority of the residents at Mary Scott depend on Medicaid as their primary source of income. These funds cover a minimum of needs.
I think we strive to give people in this facility the same type of medical care that we give them in our office or at a hospital.
We want to give direct care to you that's full of love and respect and dignity and quality.
I think the nurses that we have tend to be a little more caring, and they tend to be a little more aware of what's going on with the patients.
Capital improvements, the purchase of equipment, and other needs have been and continue to be met through the generosity of area businesses, charitable organizations, churches, foundations, and individuals. Abolitionist Frederick Douglass once said, "It is better to be part of a great whole than to be the whole of a small part." Clearly, our community has chosen to be a part of a great whole. Thousands of our older citizens have lived out the remainder of their lives in the Christian home of the Mary Scott Nursing Center. They have been and continue to be treated with dignity, honor, and respect. It's been said, "We read the future by the past." Well, Mary Scott, in a quiet, non-glamorous way, laid out the future for not only her residents, but also the entire community. Entertainer Pearl Bailey once said, "People see God every day. They just don't recognize Him." Come to Mary Scott Nursing Center and you'll see God. You should recognize Him in the faces of the residents, the volunteers, and the employees.